public comment period where our citizens are heard. In the interest of time and structure, this period is specifically for individuals to address the City Council on issues and items of concern that are not listed on this agenda. There will be no City Council action taken at this time. Citizens will be provided with the right to speak on posted agenda items, which we will recognize later when those specific items are called. Please use hard copies on the overhead projector for the council to view.
That's not the right presentation.
Also, please state your name and whether you're a resident or...
Well, this is interesting.
BTJ.
I sent the wrong presentation. That's why the video didn't work. Well, I'm going to wing this. We had somebody that was very special that passed away about, and you have the video, right? Okay, good. Passed away about a month ago. His name was Wayne Rduloph. He spent many hours here. And somebody needs to be remembered. I had a great presentation I've been working on and then sent the wrong one today, but we do have a video of him. I'm gonna do a little thumbnail. He moved here in 2001, retired here. He retired, came here, and then spent 25 years serving the city. He was a CPA, a teacher, very accomplished, very civic-minded. He did a whole lot of things. Probably the keynote thing that he did was the citizens' property cap that dated, I think, 2005. I got to know him in Castell as the Castell project came up. And there was a big meeting that took place here July 17th, 2017. About 400 people showed up, and it was really a rallying moment for sort of the citizens. It was a group of us that got together. Carolyn Davis put together a group very quietly. I don't think anybody knew about it. It was Wayne Rduloph, Ken Valentine, Joe Swisters, several others, 2 PhDs, 2 CPAs, 2 chemical engineers, all civil-minded and all analytical. Now, I didn't know squat about city council, but I learned about it from Wayne and from the others. And I learned, dig into the detail. He would spend thousands of hours on research, and you could find something there that was a smoking gun. In this case, there was one little line about money the city had to spend that he would keep bringing up, but never answered. Now, I've got a video of him. Can we pull the video up? Better to hear him speak than just me. Well, can you lip read? I don't think that's going to work either. So we'll just let that run in the background while I continue to talk. So he was somebody who really impressed me and introduced me to some other people. There was a member of Stop Tish that he got together with a group there of these 4 guys. And in that group, I got to meet Ray Martinez and know him well, Bob Kruger, Clay McElroy. So it really opened up some great doors for me. He was a wonderful learner and incredible activist. I calculated he probably spent between 20 and 25,000 hours in those years here at City Council, researching stuff, being stuff. He needs
175-year history.
He needs to be remembered, not forgotten. Castell needs to be remembered, not forgotten. You know, Ken Valentine passed away in 2019. Jose, 2019. Wayne just this last year. Carol's kind of moved on to different things, just kind of lost interest in it. But we need to remember that, because it was a really interesting project that showed the acronym, South Castell Avenue Master Plan, was incredibly descriptive. And I spent many a time talking out here about it. So how do we remember? How do we remember? I'm gonna do a song, and that's sort of remembered. But then we have a room out there called the Tejas Room. I don't know anybody here named Tejas that was in that room. But I'm thinking if we change the name of that room to the Wayne Rudolph room would be a way to remember Wayne with a plaque of the accomplishments he made. And there's really no other way he's going to be remembered. And Ken, when Ken died, he did a tremendous amount of stuff, and some of it was so caustic, the reaction he got, that his widow just didn't want anything remembered of him, so nothing was done. But I think very fitting with Ken would be a plaque down at the Landa Park for all the accomplishments he did. They're two civic-minded people that, in their retirement, nobody making a dime off of it, just investing time, made our city better. We need to remember Wayne. Now, I was going to hand the clicker off to my next person here. Jim Holster is going to come up and give you his thing. You let Jim come.
Well, our video and stuff didn't work, but maybe we'll come back and play it at another council meeting. Wayne Rudolph, I don't know if you maybe recognized him in recent years. He looks a little older because he was 95 when he passed away. Now, Wayne was public, by definition of civic-minded. He was public-spirited, focused on helping others and improving the town and city conditions. Now, he was community-oriented, he valued social responsibility and active participation. He was selfless. He looked out for the collective needs of the community rather than just the individual profit and acting in ways to improve the community. Now, a couple examples of civic-minded actions. Participating in government. And he wasn't on any board. Participating in government, such as attending town city hall meetings and community meetings. Community meetings, he worked in various districts here. People would invite him because he was an expert on financial matters. I know the city knows that too. He looked, and NBU. He would come to even a small community group of 10, like up in my district, 10 or 12 people, and they'd all walk away and say, gosh, we didn't know he knew all of that and that he was so bright and analytic. Now, he also, in addition to attending the city meetings here, and like I said, community meetings, many, he contributed to public education. He was Dr. Wayne Rudolph. Nobody probably knew that, and I didn't even know it until I read his obituary. But I knew he had taught, he'd been a superintendent, I knew that, and he had visited me at my house, and I visited at him on some issues. Now, and the final memory I have of Wayne was there was a city council meeting here, and a young man, he was about 20, 21, he was from District 1, and I think it had to do with the city was going to authorize a overnight rental next to his grandparents' house, and he was living there temporarily. He gave a pretty good presentation that night for a young guy. And after it was all over, and we were outside, and I didn't know Wayne well at that time, Wayne walked up to him and congratulated him and told him it was good to see young people contributing to the community. And that was the kind of guy he was. So I just think to kind of follow up what David said, if we could recognize him some way at the Tejas room, you don't have to decide tonight, but over time, think about it. And we'll come back and play the video. That'll kind of help you. Thank you. George?
Well, City Council, this is pretty unique. I can't remember we've ever done this before, and that's brought an honor to someone that has done so much for this town, this city. I graduated in 1975. A lot of you were not here then, but we had people that really took the word of respect to the highmost level. And that's the one thing I remember about Wayne Rudolph is that he was one of the most respectful persons that I have met in a long time. And we didn't know this at the time, and I didn't know it at the time, but Wayne Rudolph, he was a PhD. He was actually Dr. Wayne Allen Rudolph. And all the while that, I've worked with Wayne and we've talked, or I've talked with Wayne, I never once knew he was a PhD. And I called on PhDs practically all my life. DVMs, PhDs, all levels of doctorates, but never knew Wayne to be a doctorate to the very, very end. And he did so much for the city of New Braunfels when it comes to, challenging the issues of the utilities here in New Braunfels. And I don't know about all of you, but most of you have had an issue with the MBU utilities. And so Wayne took on that challenge, and he did a great job. So respect is one word that I remember Wayne. And the other thing that I'll mention, I often ask Wayne, I said, Wayne, why are you wearing a tie when you go up to speak to city council? And he said, well, George, he said, one thing about a tie and wearing a tie when you go up and you meet an organization or a person with a high level of self-esteem, a high level of respect, is that you in return show that person or that organization respect by wearing that tie. I don't think Wayne's ever addressed city council without having a tie. And so a lot of you get up nowadays and, you're pretty casual, but Wayne never, ever lost that degree of respect for you and who you represent. And when I was asked to, mention about Wayne in the Tejas room, Tejas, I was born and raised in Texas, so we know a little Espanol, maybe not a lot, but a little. So Tejas means to us is Texas. And I full well agree that if at all possible, we can look at naming that Tejas room after Wayne Rudolph. He gave his heart and soul to New Braunfels. I wear my red tie because Wayne is he's a native Nebraskan. I don't even say Midwest because it's Minnesota also, but if you're from Nebraska or anywhere ever been to Nebraska, you know about the Big Red football team. And Wayne Rudolph loved the Big Red football teams. I do wear my tie here today in respect for Wayne, and that he loved those Nebraska Cornhuskers so much. And it's really sad to see a man like that go. I've known a lot of a lot of friends that's done a lot for New Braunfels. Without you, I don't know where we would have been or where we would go, but thank all of you for looking after this town. We didn't have a lot of people here back in 1975, but thank you for coming. We appreciate it. All right.